A world without evil isn't all sunshine and rainbows. Without evil, these moral battles wouldn't exist, and the heroes who inspire us today might never have had the chance to emerge. The absence of evil might lead to a society that is peaceful but stagnant. Imagine a world where evil doesn't exist. No crime, no war, no suffering. It sounds like paradise, doesn't it? But what would this world really be like? Would it be as perfect as we imagine? Or would there be unforeseen consequences? Today, we're exploring the concept of a world without evil, how it could change everything from our society to our personal lives. This video dives deep into the implications of a world without evil. We'll look at the philosophical, social, and psychological impacts of such a reality. So buckle up for a thought-provoking journey into a world where evil is simply non-existent. Before we imagine a world without evil, we need to understand what evil really is. The concept of evil has been debated by philosophers, theologians, and scientists for centuries. Is evil a force of nature, a product of human free will, or simply the absence of good? Philosophically, evil is often defined as morally wrong actions or the harm caused by such actions. It's what we see in acts of violence, cruelty, and injustice. But some argue that evil is not a separate force, but rather a lack of good, a vacuum where moral virtues like kindness, empathy, and justice should exist. This duality suggests that evil and good are two sides of the same coin, intrinsically linked. The existence of one helps define the other, creating a moral landscape where choices matter. So what happens when we remove evil entirely? Let's start with the utopian vision. In a world without evil, society could function in perfect harmony. There would be no crime, no war, no hatred. Resources could be distributed fairly, and everyone would work together for the common good. In this world, there would be no need for police or military forces, as there would be no conflict. Governments could focus on advancing human knowledge, technology, and culture, rather than dealing with crises or conflicts. Poverty and suffering would be eradicated, leading to a higher quality of life for everyone. Without the presence of evil, some argue that human creativity could flourish like never before. No longer constrained by the fear of war or violence, people could focus on exploring new ideas, pushing the boundaries of science and art, and creating a world where innovation knows no limits. Imagine the progress we could make without the distractions and resources consumed by combating evil. In this utopia, humanity could reach new heights, exploring the stars, curing diseases, and solving the mysteries of the universe. But a world without evil isn't all sunshine and rainbows. One of the biggest challenges is the loss of moral choice. In a world where evil doesn't exist, neither does the opportunity to choose between right and wrong. Many of the most important moments in history involve individuals standing up against evil. The civil rights movement, the fight for independence, and countless other struggles were driven by the need to overcome injustice. Without evil, these moral battles wouldn't exist, and the heroes who inspire us today might never have had the chance to emerge. In this world, the concept of free will could be fundamentally altered. If people are no longer capable of choosing between good and evil, what happens to our moral development? Would we become complacent, or would we lose the depth and complexity that comes from grappling with difficult choices? The absence of evil might lead to a society that is peaceful but stagnant. Without challenges to overcome, without the moral dilemmas that push us to grow and change, humanity might lose its drive to improve. After all, it's often in the face of adversity that we discover our true potential. Now, let's consider the darker side of a world without evil. While it might seem ideal at first glance, the absence of conflict and challenge could have unexpected consequences. Without evil, the concept of heroism might vanish. There would be no villains to defeat, no wrongs to right. This could lead to a sense of purposelessness in people's lives. After all, many people find meaning and fulfillment in overcoming obstacles, in making a difference in the world. If there's no evil to fight, where would we find our sense of purpose? Moreover, the elimination of evil doesn't necessarily mean the elimination of all conflict. Humans are complex beings, and in the absence of traditional forms of evil, new forms of dissatisfaction or discord could arise. People might still experience jealousy, ambition, or other emotions that, while not evil in themselves, could lead to conflict. There's also the danger of societal pressure to conform to an idealized version of goodness. In a world without evil, there might be an overwhelming expectation to be perfect, to always do what's right without fail. This could lead to intense pressure, anxiety, and a loss of individuality as people strive to fit into a mold of what's considered good. So what if the key isn't to eliminate evil entirely, but to find a balance? Throughout history, many cultures have recognized the importance of balance between opposing forces: good and evil, light and dark, creation and destruction. In nature, everything exists in balance. The cycle of life and death, the changing of the seasons, all these things rely on the interplay between opposing forces. Perhaps the same is true for good and evil. Without one, the other loses its meaning and its power. Rather than dreaming of a world without evil, maybe we should focus on how to minimize it, how to cultivate goodness while understanding that evil will always exist in some form. By acknowledging the reality of evil, we can better prepare ourselves to face it, to overcome it, and to grow stronger in the process. This doesn't mean we should accept evil passively. On the contrary, it means we should strive even harder to create a world where good prevails, not by eliminating evil entirely, but by ensuring that goodness is stronger, more resilient, and more widespread. A world without evil is a fascinating idea, but it's one that comes with its own set of challenges and complexities. While we may never eliminate evil entirely, we can work to create a world where good is more powerful, more present, and more inspiring. So what do you think? Would a world without evil be paradise? Or would it bring new challenges we can't even imagine? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.